All right, what's going on, you guys? My name is Jay and welcome to my YouTube channel. So I wanted to kick off this first video with a super fun unboxing. I just ordered a new drone right here, the DJI Air 2S. Now, this drone is an absolute beast, and I did own one previous drone, but only for about a month before I returned it because I didn't end up actually using it at all. I had moved and gotten a new job, and so I just wasn't gonna get much use out of my own drone. So I'm finally running my business again, and I decided, you know what, I need a drone. It's past due time. I've focused primarily on investing the vast majority of my money into a great on-ground setup, and that would be what I'm shooting this video on, which is my Canon C70. But once I got that setup going, and now everything with my land setup is looking crispy, I was like, you know what, now I need a drone. So this is what I've got, and today I'm gonna be unboxing this drone. All right, I got my trusty unboxing knife. Let's dig in. All right, here we go. Oh man, it looks so clean. Oh, that's awesome. That is the one thing, so I should probably mention, I did go with the biggest package you could get with this drone. So instead of just getting the drone itself, which cost around $1,000, I decided to spend $2,000 and get the Fly More combo and the smart controller. Now, I kind of had mixed feelings about the smart controller before I bought this drone, but what I kind of came to terms with is like, my phone sucks. It's an ancient dinosaur iPhone 8, so not even a plus or anything like that. It's just an iPhone 8, so it's basically as basic as it can get. And the battery just dies on it all the time. So I was like, there's no way I'm gonna trust flying my drone with my iPhone that's potentially gonna die within 10 minutes of having my drone up in the air. So I decided to get the smart controller. I think I made the right decision, and it's obviously a lot cheaper to get it with a package versus buying the smart controller separate. So it costs $700, I believe, just for the smart controller alone, but it's only about $300 or $400 extra if you were to buy the smart controller with the package of the drone as well. So I decided to just buy it all as a bundle, get it all. I know I kind of got upselled and everything, but you know what? It is what it is. I'm super happy with this bundle that I got, so it's gonna be a lot of fun to mess around with it. But anyway, let's continue with the unboxing. I'm gonna start pulling some of these beautiful pieces out. There we go. So we have the actual Fly More combo kit with the carrying pack that it comes with, all there on itself. So then we also have this little accessory bundle here. I imagine that's gonna be cords and extra propellers and different things like that. So we'll get to that in a minute. But speaking of accessories, I did separately purchase one extra thing, and it is this 256 gigabit card. Now, the main reason I wanted this card is because this drone is capable of shooting 5.4K footage, which is incredible. It's nuts in such a compact drone. And so anyway, I'm really excited about that, but I wanted to make sure that I had storage for that type of footage. So I got this 256 gigabit card. I also have a 128 as a backup, but this will be my primary card that I'm using, especially in case I want to use any of the features like hyperlapse, where you're shooting for a longer duration and you're choosing a slow movement for the drone over the course of a time lapse. So that's kind of my intentions of getting this much bigger card. All right, we're gonna dig into this accessory bundle first, just because it's less exciting. Let's go ahead and find the best way to open this guy up. All right, just from the side. Let's see what we got here. So there they are. That's all right, we did it upside down, but that's okay. We'll just check out everything that just fell on me. It's basically a bunch of propellers. So propellers, more propellers. With the Fly More combo, you get a ton of extra propellers, and that's why there's like 50 of them that just fell out there. We've got our little cables. This is for charging up the smart controller. And so got that included. And I honestly don't know what all these separate accessories are. I haven't really looked at the specific list of everything it comes with. My guess is that these are the different filters for the lens. Actually, that's exactly what that is. I can just tell. So open this guy up, and this is one of the features that comes with the Fly More combo. And you get this set of nice ND filters. So this is super helpful because this specific drone has a set aperture. And for video freaks like myself, that's a really important setting to have access to. And because this drone is set to a 2.8 aperture, that means that your lighting control is really based on your ISO setting and your shutter speed. And of course, with video, I don't want to mess with my shutter speed all too much. I want to keep it 2 times my frame rate. But, you know, You can adjust your ISO, which is good enough, but these guys are just gonna help you for any super bright scenarios where you need to just make sure that you can expose properly for your footage. So that's super sick. I'm really excited about those, and I'm definitely gonna be putting them to use constantly. And it's a nice little carrying case too. It's super slim, nice design that they did for that guy, and that'll fit right in this bag, I imagine, pretty easily. Smart controller. One other thing. Okay, so this is an extra set, I believe, of thumbsticks. So let's grab those really quick. Yeah, there we go. So they're pretty tiny, so I'll do some close-ups of these, but these are just extra little joysticks that you can throw on the controller. I believe it comes with an extra set with the Fly More combo. We are done with this for now, and we are on to the fun stuff here. So, oh yeah, that's awesome. Perfect fitting for everything. So as you can see, we've got, let's see, drone, controller, I imagine more accessories, and probably batteries in here. Okay, so we've got one battery, two batteries, we've got our charger. You actually have the ability to take this little component, which I'll explain what it is in here in a second, and you can take your battery, and I'm not sure if this thing probably doesn't have any charge. Yeah, so there's no charge to it now, but the port where you plug in your charger, you actually attach this guy to right here, and you've got two little USB slots, and what's great about that is you can either charge your controller, or in the case of if you're using your phone or something else, you can charge your phone directly. So this acts as a battery pack, which is pretty dang sweet. And so that is definitely one cool feature that they added with the Fly More combo. And there should be a total of 3 of these batteries. I think one is probably attached to the drone. We'll see as we unpack the rest of this. But yeah, so that's essentially our charger and a couple of our batteries. So of course we've got our controller. Oh wow, here it is. So I was a little bit on the fence again about getting this controller, and one of the other reasons is because if you're used to any sort of traditional console controllers, like an Xbox or PlayStation, whatever else, you're used to having your joysticks lower down on the controller. And so instead of that, they actually have them at the top. And I figured like, oh gosh, well, aren't my hands gonna cover the screen? And I can see now that honestly, with my hands resting comfortably, I shouldn't be covering the screen at all, which is great. And you know, this is gonna be much better than having my phone as a display. And I'll show you kind of a size reference. It's definitely a little bit bigger, and it's gonna be much clearer as well. Probably gonna be a higher resolution image. I don't remember, I imagine it's 1080, but could be wrong on that. I'll have to check some specs or something. All right, let's clear off some more of this trash. Here we go. Okay, before we touch on the drone, you now have the ability to plug in your batteries to this device here, and it's gonna consecutively charge based on whichever battery has the most battery percentage. If you have one battery that's at 20%, another one that's at 80%, it's gonna charge that one at 80% all the way up to 100 before it starts charging the one at 20%. And the main reason for that is so that you get a full battery life out of that 80% battery versus just starting to charge a 20% battery, and then maybe later on you have like a 60% and an 80% battery, and you only get like 20 minutes of flight time or something like that. So it's definitely a smart way of doing it. But yes, unfortunately it doesn't charge all at the same time. Now the drone. Ooh, here we are. Oh my goodness. Now that is pretty cool. It's so tiny. Like, the crazy thing about this is my backpack, which I'm gonna be doing a What's in My Bag 2021 edition, and that's gonna be where I show you guys essentially all my absolute necessities that I carry with me at any time for any production, which is gonna be like my C70, my Canon 5D Mark IV, some of my main lenses. I can probably fit this drone and the smart controller in that backpack like comfortably with everything else that I already carry, which is insane considering like it's not a massive bag by any means. I mean, you can use it when you're traveling, flying on a plane and everything. You just throw it up in the overhead bin. But like the fact that I can carry this so easily with the rest of my gear, and if I don't want to, I don't have to carry this separate bag, like that's nice. And of course, most of the time, if I'm just driving out for a mission to get some drone footage and maybe something else and I'm packing all my gear, I'll probably carry this as well just to keep my drone a little bit more organized and separate from the rest of my gear. But the fact that it can fit in my general bag is so sick. So we've got this little topper here. Just got to pull off this sticker on the bottom side. So then once that is off, we can pull off the plastic camera cover. And then there is our drone. There's a couple other stickers that I'll have to pull off, but I'll do those off camera. And yeah, then of course, expandable wings. Oh, this is awesome. And I'll just open this up so you guys get an idea of just how compact this drone really is. And of course, we have our third battery already plugged into the top here. So there you go. There is your drone right there. But it definitely does feel like a quality drone. It doesn't feel cheap or plasticky, which, like, honestly, if I had one complaint about my Canon C70, it feels like a plastic camera, which it is a hard plastic, but there is something about your piece of equipment having a little bit of weight to it that just makes it feel that much more high quality and worth the extra money that you're paying, which for a $1,000 drone, like, this is pretty insane. It's crazy how low that price has come down for the insane specs that these cameras are getting on these newer drones. So I'm very, very excited about this. This was definitely a nice little unboxing, just to give you a general idea. Again, we got our 3 batteries, our drone, we have our amazing smart controller, and then we also have our charging station and charging setup. And then probably one of my favorite features of all, we've got our little ND filters, which are gonna be so handy. And especially because, you know, most of these shoots that I'm gonna be trying to do here soon, because it's mid-December right now, I wanna be doing a lot of shots of the snow, snowy mountains, snowy trees, sunrises, sunsets. And the thing about those times of the day is that your exposure is constantly changing. You know, you could start during sunrise where the lighting's a little bit softer, but then the moment that sunrise gets up over the mountains, it's gonna be super bright and the snow is gonna be reflecting light like crazy. And so you're gonna need something like an ND filter just to control the look of your footage. And it's definitely something that, like, I would have bought these separately if they didn't come with this Fly More package, because they're that absolutely mandatory for a drone. I've never operated any DJI drones with their smart controller. I've only done them through the iPhone app. So this is gonna be new for me, a little bit of a learning curve, but a very, very fun one. And it's cool to have something separate so that if I'm out on a shoot and I'm doing some drone footage, I can get some behind the scenes with my iPhone as well. That way I have some BTS for Reels or whatever else, and I'm not gonna be crippled by not having access to my phone. So that's gonna be it, you guys. We covered everything that comes in the box, and in these upcoming videos, I'm gonna be showing you guys some awesome test footage from the drone. I'm also gonna be sharing with you guys some of the other amazing gear that I've accumulated over the course of my career so far, and soon, my what's in my bag video, which is gonna be a really fun one, and hopefully a little bit educational for those of you that are looking to figure out what exactly you should pack into your bag. So anyway, I know this is gonna be in my bag, that's for sure, but we'll see you guys in the next videos.